Yeah, that's big. You're too dangerous.
That's Dexplicit tricks of the day.
That's it.
Don't try it at home though.
So this is the studio, yeah? We're about to film your stuff.
This is the studio. All the DXP projects.
It's going to be underway.
Yeah. DXP is the record label, by the way.
That's the record label,
My
yeah?
label I'm starting up.
Cool.
The first release is gonna be One Night Stand, Nene featuring, remember Nene from Architects?
That's right, yeah.
Featuring Baby Blue and Fuming.
Nice.
So we're shooting a video soon. That should be the first one to launch the label.
All good, bruv. So this is your space, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us what you got going where and where it's all going to be.
Decks, mixing decks. That's here. This is the mixing table. And then over this side, it's covered, but there's a few desks behind there underneath all this.
Okay.
But that's for the mixing desk, the screens, the racks over there.
Should be a nice little space, shouldn't it?
Yeah, fit a little fridge somewhere for some drinks.
Is that you're going to have your desk there, yeah?
Yeah, right there. This is gonna be the main, where all the main equipment's going.
What about a booth? You think for about
The booth's gonna be built over here. What we're actually gonna do is cut this. So all this section is gonna be the booth here.
What are you going to get? What sort of doors are you going to get? You get like patio doors or something?
What, for the booth?
Yeah.
Boy, the booth's just
Standard.
standard, yeah. We try and put certain monies into other places of the studio.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Just do the basic.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we're just working on carpeting up the walls at the moment. Someone's coming to build the mic booth. That's all the wood and stuff for the mic booth. Should be done this weekend.
Nice.
Just trying to keep it moving, man.
Should be all good, bro. So for those of us who don't know, how did you get started in garage? Because the first thing I heard of yours was a track you done on Social Circles. Was that the first thing you done, or did you do anything before that?
Nah, you know what? When I was about 15, I used to be in a hip hop crew, but I was the producer.
Okay.
So that was all hip hop, and then it was not about when I was 16, I started getting into the garage thing, because that's what I was listening to mostly at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it started from then. Social Circles, that came out when I was about 17. The what was that? UK Ravers.
That's right, yeah.
That was the first release. That was when I was about 17. That came out.
So how did you start getting into it? What made you want to be a producer?
Oh, my dad was a sound man as well, so he had a little setup in the garage. It's a basic setup.
Yeah.
But it was enough to make some tunes, so I kind of just used to go in there and try and show me a few things.
Play with a couple of buttons and see what happened.
Like turn from playing to actually making something.
Yeah. Was the first track you made a hip hop thing then, because you was in the crew and stuff?
Yeah. All my first tracks were hip hop, but it was about till when garage started, because I was in school when garage was looking.
Okay. Sorry. How old are you now? Is that
21.
So you're quite young and quite young in that, yeah. Boy, young cat.
Yeah.
So how did you hook up with Jason K and Social Circles? How did that all come back?
My manager Smarts, he took the CD, one CD of mine to Jason K and Sticky. So they heard that and that was one track. So they wanted to hear more.
Was that one you made in your dad's garage, is it?
Yeah. So they wanted to hear more, so I brought them some more, and they chose 2 tunes to make that EP, the first EP. One was Kinetic on the other side and the UK Ravers. Yeah, just like that, man.
So what equipment did you make those on then? It's basic?
Just a computer with Fruit Loops on it and a mixer.
And that was it?
Yeah.
Job done?
Job done.
What about your influences? You mentioned your dad and sound system and stuff. What artists sort of influenced you into the scene and to start producing?
Well, to start off with, I grew up on reggae and revival. That's what my household was playing mostly.
Right.
And it's true, I started to get my own influence from hip hop, which was mostly the Yankees, the Americans.
Yeah.
So Dr. Dre and Timbaland and all that, they were big inspirations to me from the time when I started producing in the first place.
Right.
So yeah, then the garage, I used to hear Sticky, Agent X, and a few other producers, Wookie.
And it kind of went from there, really.
Yeah, from there.
That's all good. So, I mean, you just had a massive break in the scene that's sort of got your name about a bit more. The hook up with Lethal, the forward rhythm. How did that come about? How did you hook up with him and get to make that tune?
Lethal heard my DJ Slicker Dan play on Heat FM. Play the instrumental to Forward.
Right, okay.
So
was it just on a CD then? Was it?
No,
you didn't press it or nothing?
He had it on dubplate.
Right, okay.
So, because the instrumental was built like about 2 years before Lethal heard it.
Really?
He's heard it at this Heat set now and got my number and said he wants to put 10 people in it. So we just ran it like that. Sounded like a good idea. And in the end it was.
Was a good idea, yeah. Done all right. I mean, initially he got a lot of credit for the beat and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
did that get to you a bit? And you know,
It didn't. You know what it is. Sure, it was like this was the project. It was so big. It got so the way it got so big. Yeah, I didn't expect that at all.
yeah.
And I was just all I really wanted those times is just it was just good hearing. It was the first kind of tune that's pop big for me. So I was like,
Yeah.
Right, just to hear my tune.
Well, it was
playing
pop.
like
I
that.
mean, you couldn't have expected it to get
That's
signed
what
and
I'm
go in the
saying.
charts. I mean, that's
So
your first sort of artist track. I mean, that must be that must feel amazing to do that.
yeah, it just felt good like to hear your track at most of the raves you go to, Carnival, the Mike Tyson fight, and he lost as well. That was live, man.
It's a good experience.
Yeah, definitely.
So you just done the follow up, the Fire Camp tune. No,
Yeah.
have you got high expectations for that? Obviously, you feeling
know
the
what?
pressure a bit, or
No, I made that purposely kind of riding off Power anyway. So I
Right.
didn't expect it to create the same hype as Power, but what it did alright still. Like the hype that's created, it's alright still. I still hear that being, because that's old now as well. No, but
well, you built the track a long while ago, or
no, I built that just after Power got voiced and
Right.
Forward too. I kind of made them all around just after in the hype, in all that hype.
yeah, you
After-
kind of just got in the studio and thought, I'll get on this sound and just keep with this sound. And
Yeah. So that was just. I finished with that sound now though, but that was all in the Forward hype, the Power hype.
So what other stuff have you got lined up at the minute? What are you working on?
Lined up, as I said, the One Night Stand release, Nene Fuming Baby Blue.
Yeah, that sounds wicked. I heard that the other day, man.
But
That sounds big.
safe, man. Pull Up that remix, Shizzle, Napa, Fleur D, and Ribs. That should be coming out on DXP as well.
You said about that. That's your label. You're starting up, yeah.
Yeah, that's the label. A Carla Roll With Us, that's just come out. Carmen Reese has just come out.
These are all
Remix.
remixes, yeah.
Remix, so you got, yeah.
So you got quite a lot of work off the back of the Power thing, and you just sort of cracking on with your own original stuff now and
Yeah.
seeing what
That's it.
happens. So tell us about your studio. You're just having this one built. What sort of setup were you having here, and what sort of equipment were you looking to work from? Are you going to stick with the Fruity Loops, or are you going to progress?
You know what, yeah? I'm gonna stick with Fruity Loops and Cubase because that's what I've worked on the sound for so many years that that's just what I'm most comfortable with.
You just feel comfortable sticking with that?
Yeah, I like the hardcore drums of the raw sound of Fruity Loops for my drum beats,
Really?
and I do all the instruments and stuff in Cubase.
Do you play keys and stuff, or are you playing instruments yourself?
Yeah, I know how to play the piano. I grew up learning it.
Yeah.
but Nah, I just click everything in on the screen.
It's works easy now, isn't it?
Yeah, trust me.
So I mean, you got a big space here for like a computer with running Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Are you not going to put what's going to be in here?
Well, there's 3 of us, so I'm sure between the 3 of us we can get a few more racks and compressors to make basically we just want the sound that comes out here to be tough.
Yeah.
The finished project to just be tough.
You're saying there's 3 of it. Who's the other 2 guys involved in the studio?
Another producer called The General. He's more of a hip hop producer,
Right, okay.
but he does do some garage as well. And you can hear his garage has got hip hop
Influences.
And another man called TK. He's more artist management.
So is that all friends that you've grown up with and stuff?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, I grew up with them still.
What other producers or artists do you rate in the scene at the minute?
Do I rate P-Jam? P-Jam is big, definitely. That's recordings, you
Yeah.
know, bro. And then there's Skills, another producer, but he's got an EP coming off Rossi B and Luca's label Army.
Oh, okay.
But so he's new in this. He's new, but he's been doing it for time. But when he has his time, yeah, it's gonna be mad. Trust me, he's a big producer.
So you're feeling a lot of new people coming through?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Anyone you'd like to work with? I mean, not even just in the UK garage scene. Anyone, if you could work with anyone, who would you sort of?
Anyone,
who would you go for?
Right about now, it would be so live to try to work with some of the Bashman artists, Bounty Killer, them kind of.
That's your roots, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like that's a dream.
That'll make your
to
dad
work
happy
with.
anyway.
Yeah.
And what would you do with them? Would you stick with the Bashman, or would you make something?
I'll make them jump on garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd make the garage kind of reggae influenced.
You kind of did go like that for a while, a couple of years ago, and then it sort of fell off again. But it'd be nice to see that come back.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what does the future hold for Dexplicit? Where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
In a few years, hopefully this DXP recordings should have put out a lot of hits by then and have made a big name for itself. And yeah, it's all about DXP recordings. That's the future. That is the future.
Any plans to attack the charts again?
Yeah, of course. Hopefully this One Night Stand might even do some damage up there. Hopefully.
So that's all good, bro. Lots to look forward to, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Nice one.